Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I am Pastor Mark of Clinton Avenue Reformed Church, and this is our Bible stories about Advent and Christmas. You remember last week? We talked about what Advent was. Advent was waiting for Jesus to return again. And we also use these weeks to talk about Christmas, Jesus' first coming. Now, today I would like to talk about where was Jesus born? Well, we know he was born in the little town of Bethlehem, but if you folks see nativity sets in your homes or around town, I bet you've seen something kind of like this. This we call a manger, although it's really not a manger. Well, how do we get this over here? There you go. You know, it's really not a manger at all. A manger literally is a trough where animals eat from. Now, some people call this a stable. And they say that Jesus was born in a stable. Other people say that Jesus was probably maybe born in a cave. Well, how come there's so much disagreement about it? Well, the Bible tells us that Mary and Joseph, that's Jesus' earth mom and earth dad, were in the little town of Bethlehem. And the time came for him to be born. And they went to an inn, and there was no room there because the government of Rome had come up with an idea to have a census to jack up taxes. So there were a lot of people in Bethlehem, and all the inns were filled up. And the Bible tells us, so Mary and Joseph slept where the animals sleep because there was no room at the inn. Well, sometimes shepherds would keep their sheep in caves. It made for a little protection overnight. But that's probably not what happened with Mary and Joseph. Let me show you a little picture here that I took in Israel. This is from a different town. This is a typical house from around the time of Jesus. Now, of course, the whole house isn't here. That was 2,000 years ago. A lot of the house fell down. But if you see on this side would have been built up. There would have been at least one more story there, possibly two stories there. Okay? And underneath those stories, you have this area here. This area was used as a family area during the day. And at night, people went into the upper floors where the bedrooms were. So down here, this open area, what was that used for at night? Do you know? That's where the family kept their animals. See, not like our farmers who have a separate barn for the animals. These people had the animals outside during the day. At night, brought them in here while the family was on the floors above this for their bedrooms. So when Mary and Joseph got to Bethlehem and there was no room at the inn, what that probably meant is there were no bedrooms available, no guest rooms available. And so what they did is they came into this common room here where the family would have kept their sheep and maybe their goats. That's where Jesus was born. It was a sheltered area. It was connected to an inn. And chances are the innkeeper fed them down there. They just didn't get their own private bedroom. But they were not out in some stable somewhere. No, they were not out in a cave somewhere. They were not out in a barn somewhere. This kind of shelter that we call the manger, that really was an artistic idea that came, hundreds, if not thousands of years after Jesus was born. I'm told to this day in Europe, in some farms that are smaller, there is a 2-story house here, and on the bottom level is what would be a barn. The animals would be let in there at night. It still exists, I'm told, in Europe. I have not seen a farm in Europe, so I couldn't tell you that for certain. Nor can I tell you for certain that the house looked identical to this. This is in another town, but chances are that is where Jesus was born, on the lower floor of a house. And I bet there were some sheep there. There were probably some goats there. They were brought in at night. That way they could be safe. Because who knows what animals were roaming around out there at night? There could be wolves, there could be foxes, and they would eat the animals. So Jesus was born on the lower level of the house. You know, a lot of times that innkeeper that's mentioned in the Bible, well, the innkeeper's kind of trash talked. When I grew up, I was told what a bad guy that innkeeper was. I don't think so. I don't think he was that bad. He had full rooms. What was he going to do? Throw someone else out? No. He had all his bedrooms full. So we said, look, come on in. You'll have protection in here. It's warm. There's plenty of hay here for bedding. You'll be as comfortable as I can possibly make you. Now, that doesn't sound too bad to me. So, yes, I'll be putting up my nativity display. And yes, I do have one of these little barn kind of structures. And the church has one. We'll be putting it up outside. And that's not a bad thing. But it's probably not historically accurate. So what is accurate? What's accurate is Mary and Joseph really need to be honored. They went through a lot of trouble to bring God's own son, Jesus, into the world. And it wasn't easy for them having a first baby in with the animals. But they did what God required of them. And they did it, I think, without too much complaint. This Christmas, let's all ask ourselves, would we be willing to be inconvenienced if God asked us to? Would we put ourselves out into less than great conditions if it pleased God and if it did God's work on earth? In short, even as we thank God for Jesus and thank God for Jesus' love, let us ask ourselves, what can we do for God to thank him for that joyous gift of Jesus? Please think about it. And maybe even show your moms and dads and grandmoms, aunts, uncles, friends this video, that they may ask themselves that too. This Christmas, what can we give to God? Hey, thanks for listening, my friends. This is Pastor Mark of Clinton Avenue Reformed Church, inviting you to have a most wonderful Advent and coming up to a real good Christmas. And I invite you to come to our church. We have special programs for Advent and Christmas. Come and celebrate them with us. Also, please like, share, and comment if you see this on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you. God bless you.